Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. And of course, we're on the island today because this is the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. And who does more policy than my guest here, Quentin Messers, who's head of MEDC. Quentin, it's good to see you. Always is.
Thanks, so good. Good to be here, my friend. What a great day. Your Michigan day. Come on.
Well, this should be on the postcard. You're right. But it is. But the stuff that is happening up here now, is this your first policy conference?
I think this is my real first one. I was here in the fall, but it was kind of an abbreviated. But this is the first real one. So
yeah. No, you're absolutely. Well, that was the one coming out of COVID, and we were. I think they were about 1/3 of the normal size. Okay, so bring us up to date. What's happening at MEDC?
We've got a lot of great things happening. We still are dealing with the great news of the GM historic announcement, LG Energy Solutions. We're continuing to develop policies that help small and medium-sized businesses. Look, there are things that we always have to do and can do better, but we are very excited about the pipeline we have. We're very excited about the partnerships we have. It's important to be delivering a message. I think there's one big thing that we all can do as Michiganders is really take seriously being ambassadors for our incredible state. We are incredibly blessed to live on two of the most beautiful peninsulas anywhere in the world.
You know, when you just walk around this island, you realize that there are some shots here that you would think, I'm in California, I'm in Colorado, whatever the case may be. This is a beautiful state, and we don't tell enough people.
Well, I think, the part about it is Michiganders are very practical, they're very humble. It's very much the work will speak for itself. It's very much sort of let our product, let our craftsmanship speak for itself. But I think that we're seeing now, for a variety of different reasons that we can talk about, the need to own our own narrative. To own a narrative that we are the perfect place to live, work, and play. We're going to be climate winners. I mean, yes, we had a tragedy. Our prayers continue to be with our brothers and sisters in Gaylord, but that's an exception that proves the rule. And that type of weather advantage is going to be incredibly important, not only for companies of all sizes, but men and women as they think about where do they want to live and raise their families.
Well, it's interesting when you talk about the tools you take out to recruit other companies to come here. People forget we're the water center of the world.
20% of the world's fresh water is surrounded by on our two peninsulas. And more important than that, we have I know people, oh, it's gray, it's this, but look, I'm a native Floridian. I moved up from Louisiana. There's something biblical, there's something wonderful about 4 distinct seasons, the ability to have this spectacular weather, but also in a couple of months we have great change of season, change of leaves, change of scenery, and then we'll be going up to UP to snowmobile and sled dog races and all those things that make this such a wonderful place.
So it's great to have your eyes here because you've seen like the other end of the spectrum where most days look alike, that sort of thing, and I'm with you on the seasons. So where are we going now? I mean, what are we looking? What technologies are we looking to get here? What industries, etc.?
So it's a great question. So there's really, I think, 3 big things I want to focus on. We've got to win our share of EV in the mobility sector. Bar none, we've got to do it. We understand that. Stellantis made a decision. I get it. But we are competitive, and there are other things in the pipeline, so we're very excited about that. GM, LG, Energy Solution are proof positive that we can be competitive. The second thing, we need to make sure that we have tools and resources for our small and medium-sized businesses. We've got to make sure that more of those businesses grow, thrive, and expand here in Michigan. And then the final thing is we've got to understand that there are other industries besides EV and mobility. We have the second most diverse agricultural sector in the U.S. behind California. We have a tremendous fintech and insurance tech sector. We have medical device and life sciences, whether it's Perrigo or Pfizer or Stryker. We have office furniture. So there's so many different sectors that we have here, and we have to continue to support and promote those. But more importantly, we've got to win and make sure that we keep and retain those businesses that are home based here in Michigan, that they continue to invest here in Michigan.
Well, let's talk for a minute, because another ongoing task is when you recruit here, do we have people?
Yes.
And that still is the number one concern for businesses.
No, you're absolutely right. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, we have enough people. What we've got to do three things. We got to, one, and this is not just a Michigan challenge, this is a U.S. challenge, the labor force participation rate. The pandemic took out a lot of people from the economy, but it really disproportionately affected women. We've got to figure out and remove those barriers to figure out how to bring women back into the economy, whether it's elder care, child care, transportation, those things. Others, I think we have to grow our population. We have an opportunity to do that by re-recruiting the young men and women who come to school here in Michigan every year. And we have an opportunity to reintroduce them. They spend 2 to 4, 6 years here in Michigan. We now need to let them know that there are great companies, whether it's Blue Cross and Blue Shield or Delta Dental or Rocket or any of our Michigan Big Four in the automotive specs or any of our suppliers, that they are opportunities of great interesting career pathways. And then finally, I think that we really need to, and we have a great opportunity and something that you'll be hearing about more. I'm working with Director Adams at the Department of Veteran Affairs. We want to be the #1 state for veterans. I think that that's critically important. The men and women who've worn a uniform, who've served, who've sacrificed, we want to make sure that Michigan is a state that they consider when they decide to have their next career after their military service.
Well, we'll check with you in 1 year and get the report card on all this stuff, but you're the man to do it. We appreciate it. Head of the MEDC, Quentin Messers, thanks for joining us today, and thanks for the job you're doing.
Thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. Thanks for what you do.
Good to see you. It is. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. We'll be right back from the Grand Hotel in just a minute.